Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to the Faith-Based Workplace YouTube channel. I'm your host, Solomon Savoy Jr. Today, we got a very good topic. It's working in hell. What should I do? Working in hell. What should I do? Let's start off with this one. I actually wrote this down a while back, and I know a lot of people are going through a lot of things. Dealing with COVID, dealing with just being laid off from work or being fired, or whatever the case is, just different issues at work, but your workplace can become almost like just like I said, it's like working in hell, what I'm saying? It can be bad, like very bad. So, I want to touch on that topic and go over and make a short little video and, see if some of y'all, can relate to that. Hopefully y'all can. Okay. So are you wondering how to deal with toxic people at work? Because a lot of us come across, supervisors or employees that are toxic and, you just don't want to go to work anymore. So how do we do that? I'll discuss a few things right here. Establish boundaries first. That's great. Establish boundaries and set those boundaries, whatever they may be. You set the boundary. I made a couple of videos about it, but I always want to establish boundaries. I'm learning still that once I establish a boundary, I gotta hold myself accountable for that boundary. Next, document everything that goes on. Documentation is key to not just work, but to a lot of things you do in life. Somebody asks you, hey man, remember when you told me this? And you probably remember because like 8-9 months ago, but you document whether it's on a text message or write it down on your phone or on a tablet, whatever it is, you got a documentation to go back to. It's the same at work. You should always document and make sure that you know what's going on. That way when they come back and try to say they said this, this, and this, you're like, nah, I got it written down right here. You said actually this. So, document. Make sure you're doing that. Next, go to management if you can. You trust your management and you feel that they're on your side and they, not all companies are bad. That's not what I'm saying. Obviously, they have some good companies out there. But the companies that are not doing it right, are not doing the things like they should be, go to those, the company that's doing it right is what I'm saying. Go to management if you can and, discuss handle things that way. Tell human resources. Again, if you trust human resources and human resources doing what they're supposed to do. Actually, I just made a video about that not too long ago. My good friend Tiffany Casanago from LinkedIn. I'll be dropping that or just dropped it or whatever soon, but we did do a recording on that. Very good video. So I'll probably link that one to this video also, because again, human resources, we gotta know we gotta know the rules and regulations and things that we can and can't do at work. And human resources usually are up on that game on those type of things. Do you notice a trend of high turnover rate? At your place of employment, people always quitting, people always getting fired, and you just when you first got there, it's kind of a different company skill set, or the morale, I should say, the company was probably different, probably a lot higher, and then with the either the the resignation or the quitting of a manager or a couple of managers, and then a few other employees quitting, it makes the company, like, the morale is really, really low. And then, the job is just not what it used to be when you first got hired. And then you start off, when you first start off, you're happy, excited, you're ready to go to work. You're like, wow, I'm ready to be here, ready to do this. And then, a few months in, some of these jobs are not what they all cracked up to be. They're selling you wolf tickets. They'll tell you all this is good over here. You get over there, it's not what it is. So, just recognize, pay attention, what's going on. You want to, always have your resume, polished up, and you might have to, bust a move, This can be due to a lack of leadership. Going back to, the high turnover rate, the leadership is lacking. Just because people are given titles as leaders or managers or CEOs doesn't make them an effective or a good leader. Remember that. And there are a lot of people who get promoted to managers, a lot of them, and it doesn't make them a good manager. So you gotta look at it from that point. You gotta think about some of these companies where they mom and pop, or just these companies where it's like everybody know everybody, ain't just promoting certain people. Well, just because they was given that because they've been there the longest, that don't mean you should get a leadership position because you've been there the longest. So you have to know kind of what's going on, Okay. And just because they got a title, again, the CEO, the manager, supervisor, just remember, doesn't make them. I don't give that the CEO of the company. That don't mean they know what they're doing. Because you started a business, that don't mean that you good. I've seen people that CEO and of the company, and guess what? That company folded. I've seen it actually a few times. Company folded because they didn't run their organization like it should have been ran. They didn't follow the rules. I'm not gonna get into this for a whole nother video, but they didn't follow the rules, and that company ended up getting shut down. So, if you have like cursing, dirty jokes, nasty videos, or complaints from others, that's something you might want to, pay attention to. Be mindful of that. Make a mental note. Hey, let me figure out what's going on around here. Don't let your workplace become a place from here. You can help. You can actually help that situation where it doesn't get as bad, and you're not in a situation where it's not a good space. The alarm go off, you hit the alarm like, man, I ain't feel like going to work today. It's not because you're tired. Well, I take that back. It's because you're tired, but you're tired of working at the job. It's not necessarily because you're tired, like physically tired or mentally tired. Just sleepy. You're tired of being in this company. So, just realize that, just pay attention to those signs, those little effects and things like that. Let me bring in the Bible verse. I can bring in Bible verses. James 3:16. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. Again, that is James 3:16. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. So if you got people that envy you, you envy, maybe you the person that's envying somebody. You got strife going on, confusion, things going on. The workplace is going to be an evil place. That's what I get out of it. And it just ain't talking about work, obviously. That's not what the Bible is talking about. But I just took that text and just, letting you know at the workplace, or it could be at home. You got envying and things going on between the husband and wife. Same thing. It's going to be bad things happening at the house. It's not, it's not of God, so it's the same thing at work, is what I'm saying. So if you have people envying you and always bickering and always fighting and this goes on and on, y'all know how it is. And, it's always a uproar at work. This can lead to morale being low. This can lead to a high turnover rate. This can lead to your workplace being a place of hell. Now, I'm not talking about hell in the form where it's fire and brim. That's not what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm saying? It's a place of hell, meaning it's a place that you no longer want to be at. You're looking for a job. You got 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. You might have 2 feet out the door. You're just waiting to move on, to the next company, So hey, just realize that. Next, when you see something wrong, man, call it out. Call it out. And the reason why I say that, because it's too many times somebody will see something and then they'll be like, well, Solomon, he's safety. He'll see it. What if Solomon doesn't see it? What if you just be the man or the woman in this case and you call it out? You go say what you see. Whether somebody cursing somebody out, they physically abusing somebody at work, how about you stop that situation? Now, I'm not saying, a guy waving a gun, you go in there and go be Captain America. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if it's a situation that you figure you can handle, if you figure you're confident that you can handle it, how about you go ahead and, do something about it and tell somebody, tell a human resource, tell a supervisor, maybe tell that person to stop. It's not a place for that. Whatever the case is, that'll prevent your workplace from being a place of hell. Just think about that. You see it, you own it. We say that in the all field all the time. If you see it, you own it, and therefore you need to act on it. Okay. Moving right along. And like I said, it's a short video. It's real quick, just touching on some things. People at lower levels are the backbone of companies. I think a lot of people don't realize that. It's just like when I used to drop 18-wheelers, I think a lot of people didn't realize. They realize now that people that drop 18-wheelers are the backbone of most of these companies. Well, it's the same with people at lower levels. If you get rid of all those people at the lower levels, what company do we have? We just got a bunch of people that work in the office that ain't gonna get the work in the field done. I mean, you might get some, some human resource work done. You get some paperwork stuff done. I'm not saying their job is not important. You know what I'm saying? There's people that's out there in the field, out there talking to your customers on the daily, doing things like that. Those jobs are very important. These are the backbone of the company. So you got to keep those people happy. Make sure they, things going on with them that's good for them, So make sure everything on the up and up. Stand up for each other. You know, you see something going on, stand up for the guy or the girl, woman, I should say, in this case. You know, stand up for them. You know, don't let it be a situation where you see you really like you see something going on and you just walk by. Cause we say the safety all the time. People see something unsafe and they'll walk by, and then guess what? One of their friends get hurt on the job, and then they come back. Man, I seen that earlier. I should have said something. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you didn't. Same thing with this. You see a man grab a woman, you know, by her arm, and you realize, you know, the situation not right. Say something about it. Because then whatever later on, you know, you come back, he didn't, you know, he beat her or did something, you know, at work, and you was at a spot you could have stopped there from happening. So you see something, man, say something. You know, prevent your place of work. You can change these things around too. Even if it's a narcissistic supervisor in charge, there are still things you can do if you have to work, you know, because everybody can't just quit. So you have to continue working there. There's things that you can do to say, hey, you know what, let me do this, this, and this, and I can change certain things around to make this company a better place. So it don't have to be, you know, working in hell, you know. And we're coming down to the last thing. Stop complaining to other employees that can't do nothing for you. So I see this time and time again. People complain to people that it's like you might as well be talking to that brick wall over there or talking to yourself. Because at the end of the day, that person can't do anything for you. So why are you talking to them? How about you go to somebody that actually do something? You complaining to Joe and these other people that work with you. None of them a supervisor, none of them a manager, or none of them human resources. What are they gonna do? Nothing. They just go talk about you when you walk away. I'm like, man, Solomon always talking about stuff or whatever. So just realize that complaining to people about your workplace and saying it's a place you're working, it's a work from home, doesn't change the situation. Guess what? When you come to work tomorrow and clock in, hit that time clock, it's still a work. You're still working in hell. So now what? And you didn't told everybody under the sun except for the people that you need to tell. So stop telling people that can't do nothing for you. It's like going and talk to somebody and you really need to talk to God. What these people gonna do for? What can man do for you that God can't? Come on now. So you're gonna talk to these people, and you can just go to God first about this situation, and you'll get your answer. You get what you're looking for. But you go talk to these people, and you didn't spend days and weeks waiting on them, and they can't do nothing for you. So the same thing with this job. Go to the source. You know, go to God. You know, talk to Him, pray about it, and then He'll lead you to what person you need to talk to, whether it's human resources, or maybe you just need to go all the way up the chain and go to the president of the company, or go to corporate, whatever the case is. But just realize that going to these people, that's just everyday coworkers just like you, it's not going to change. Now, you might gain some witnesses out of this stuff. You know, maybe they can help you out. You know, once you go talk to the right, once you get your mind right and figure out, oh, I need to talk to human resources or whatever, maybe you can get some witness statements out of these people and things like that. I'm not saying that, but just going to talk to them and complain to them all the time does nothing for you. You know, just think about it. So once again, this video, working in hell, what do? I just laid down a few things for you. And the verse was James 3:16. Again, I'm your host, Solomon Savoy. This is your chance. Go ahead and subscribe and click the bell. You know, if you like it, hit the thumbs up. And then also, if you want to comment, you know, you can comment and I'll try to respond back as quick as I can. Or, you know, you want to ask a question too in the comments, you know, you ask a question and I'll respond back in that way. Once again, this is Faith-Based Workplace, and I'm your host, Solomon Savoy Jr. Hey, see y'all again. Be blessed. God bless you. Praying for you.